All right, Cafe 111. This is a simple sign, hanger, double face. Looks like they just want to use trim cap. Looks like they want to use 1 inch sturdy trim cap as opposed to 1 inch flimsy trim cap. So you might want to, I think you want to trim cap it first and then it all goes out to paint. So just double check with them, see what the proper order is there. But it looks like it's just graphics after the fact. So like I say, it's pretty simple, not a whole lot of moving parts. Looks like we got a backer here. It's your '09 parts. You got a back or the middle part here holds it all together. You got your returns, and then you have these little nuggets here. I'll go over that. Keep an eye out for these little guys. You got your 1/4 inch mounting plates, and you have your white acrylic. And then let's see, make sure install gets this. That's just their install pattern or template. But this is going to be there's a 1 in 4 chance of how this is going to land because you can put that bracket piece on any way you want, the little 1/4 inch foot. So this will allow them to kind of see when they go to install where the hole landed, and then they can choose which one to drill. So make sure they get this. All right, so like I say, it's pretty straightforward. You take your middle piece here, and I went ahead and made the returns 6.09. So that way it's nice and even. If you use a piece of 3x3 tube, you go ahead and put your backer on top of that and load it up with ballast so it doesn't go anywhere. You just want to make sure that you support this part here that's sort of loose because it's compromised because it's cut. So make sure you get like a piece of 3x3 that's long enough to go all the way along here, and then just kind of cut little pieces and get it all filled up. And then go ahead and load it up with ballasts nice and heavy so it doesn't move. That way you're not fighting it. So go ahead and run this through the roller. And then you just go ahead and bend these up, and that'll give you a little tab to grip. So it's 3/4 of the way around. So go ahead and do the bottom first, and you'll just hook it into these little notches here. So that's where you'll start it, and then just work your way around, get to this point, and then the little guy is a 1/2 inch big. So just go ahead and just slice it up, make it nice. So once that's done, go ahead and transfer over these notches and transfer them up and then around, and then transfer them on the outside, and that will give you where to duck saw. So once you get your once you get it all lined out, do your 2x, so X marks the spot, and go ahead and just duck saw that out, make it nice. Then you'll have your 20-inch tubes. The tubes are 20 and the distance is 20. Don't get that confused. So what I suggest is go ahead and you're going to burn on a nut. You're going to do a 1/2 inch aluminum nut on the inside of the plate. Make sure that's on there good, and then you're going to seal that nut on the inside. This is how it's going to hang. The rod is not going to go all the way through. So, and then make sure you burn this on really well. When it comes time to assemble, make sure you double nut it. So you'll put your rod in, and then you'll go ahead and just make sure that's nice and tight. Maybe put a lock washer on there or whatever. Make sure it's just nice and strong, because this whole thing's just going to be held up by that. And then when it comes time, so go ahead and put the plate on first. Get the 2 legs ready. Then what you're going to do is slide this through, and I went ahead and made this 5.09 as well. So what that means is that you can take a piece of, like, I got 2x1/2 right here. So if you take a piece of 2x1/2 flat bar and you keep this on the table, once all this is on there, then that should line up just right. So you should be able to slide this through, let the plate sit on a piece of 1/2, and that should get you nice and straight and lined up. To add to that, because maybe the duck saw might be a little funky, it's better to be, make the hole slightly bigger so it doesn't catch and force its hand. Slide this through, and then that's where these little guys will come in. So we're trying this the first time, see how this works. Looks like it'll work out pretty good. So you'll just slide these in and then cleco through both of them, and you'll see where that will hold this up all in line with back here, and that should help keep these totally aligned to each other, at least on this perspective. And then all you got to worry about is them, converging or diverging as they go. So just keep 20 all the way. These little guys here should keep everything lined up. Once you get this burned, so then go ahead and burn this really good. Burn this on this side, burn it on that side, throw a little burn on the return there, because this will hold up this whole thing. Once that's done, you can just remove these, so that way you can easily run these up. So these little guys here are just for they're just for alignment, so you can get rid of them after. And then just run your power up through, pick a hole, and then there's a hole right here to run your power through to the other side. So real simple, just run your LEDs around. Keep in mind, you are going to have to 4x over this. You might have to kind of run LEDs around it to just make sure it's lit up nice, make sure there's no shadows. You might have to make some different contingency plans right here around the 2x, so make sure there's no shadows on the face. So, but anyway, I think that should do it. Once you get it all, then it's out to paint. So this one's pretty straightforward. So hit me up if you have any questions.